On Tuesday, 15th November 2022, the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honourable Anita Among, in her communication, said that many road traffic accidents are a result of the habits and behaviour of road users, adding that there is need for strict regulation of registration and licensing of boda-boda operations, including riding proficiency.
The issue would be the behavior of these boda-boda people. How do they behave? Are they qualified enough to ride? You find most of our youth come from up country. They come to town. Somebody buys a boda-boda for 2 days and is riding in Kampala. He does not know how to ride. Now, the persons who are supposed to regulate do not do their part.
Bukoto South Member of Parliament, Honourable Kagabo, blamed the enforcement agencies for neglecting their role in curbing accidents.
Sometimes you wonder what the traffic officers do on these roads. How dare a badly loaded truck comes from Kabale to Kampala? How dare a badly smoking truck that dazzles everybody on the road moves up from Kabale to Kampala? So in conclusion, unless the enforcers are up to their task, nothing will be done as far as improving.
In the same sitting, Chiriandongo District Woman Representative Honorable Helen Kahunde presented a petition on behalf of the 2010 Bududa landslide victims. The petitioners prayed that government prioritizes the construction of housing structures for the remaining 289 households and the completion of the 114 houses. The victims said that out of 603 housing structures that government promised to construct for them, only 289 have been constructed. They added that out of that number, 114 are incomplete without windows, doors, water tanks, and pit latrines.
Petitioners pray that Parliament urges government to prioritize the construction of housing structures for the remaining 289 households and the completion of the 114 houses.
Speaker Anita Among referred the petition to the Minister for Disaster Preparedness, directing that a report should be presented within 2 weeks. Members of Parliament concluded the debate on the report of the Committee on Human Rights on the 21st, 22nd, 23rd and 24th annual reports of the Uganda Human Rights Commission for the year 2018 to 2021.
Yes, we know we have the remand homes for children in various parts of the country, but the conditions of those children is very deplorable. And in the short term, we know that things like food or welfare of the children is priority and is a basic human right. As we work on clearing the case backlog, can we at least ensure there is food?
On Wednesday, 17th November 2022, Parliament paid tribute to Father Dr. Guiseppe Ambrossoli of the Comboni Missionaries for his contribution towards humanity, especially in caring for leprosy patients in northern Uganda. The tribute came ahead of his beatification, slated for Sunday, 20th November 2022.
Now, therefore, be it resolved by this Parliament that Parliament collectively congratulates the people of Uganda, the Comboni Missionaries of the Heart of Jesus, and the entire Catholic Church in Uganda on the auspicious occasion of the beatification of the Venerable Guiseppe Ambrossoli, related for the 20th November 2022 in Kalongo, Gulu Archdiocese.
He multitasked, as we've been advised, as a surgeon, a midwife, a radiologist, and a pediatrician. He also worked alternately as a manual laborer. He attracted a lot of funding to the community to enable health services to be delivered to the people of northern Uganda.
The fact that he was given an opportunity to serve in Mulago and he declined and decided to serve the countryside. He left the trappings of pomp and ostentation in Europe to come and serve in our country. That simplicity is something that we should emulate.
He used science to make sure that life is preserved, so there is no conflict. For those who are saying that there's actually conflict. Madam Speaker, allow me to end by saying and thanking the government for the support they have so far rendered to the Central Organizing Committee.
Madam Speaker, Dr. Ambrossoli was in the center of the social, economical, and religious development. Dr. Ambrossoli did a lot, and the legacy that he has left us to be propelled beyond what we have seen.
But above all, what we are celebrating is a life well lived. The passion who discovered why he was alive. And he knew the purpose of his being alive. And above all, Right Honorable Speaker, we are all going to be dead. But what are we going to be remembered for? And this is a question that we should ask ourselves. Are we going to be saints? Are we going to be celebrated? Or some people will celebrate our death? And this is a question we have to reason today when we are talking about this great man.
He saved our people in Karamoja from leprosy. He removed the reproach of our people at a time when it was not nice to visit even a place of that kind. So a man like that one, only God knows what to do to him.
The Minister of Works and Transport, General Edward Katumba Wamala, told Parliament that roadworks across the country have been constrained by a 585 billion shilling debt to contractors. He was responding to the communication from the Speaker, Anita Among, who raised concern over the recurrent flooding of the Karuma-Pakwach Bridge.
The challenge is still what my people yesterday, I think the COSASE team is here, and you heard what Yunla was telling you yesterday. It's lack of finance, lack of funds. Even some of the repairs would be doing, the responses would be doing now for emergencies. We are doing this. I saw the Honorable from Ntoroko crying about the road network there. The problem is not that we don't want to do the roads, but we don't have the money. I'll just be as blunt as that the money is not there as yet. If we get the release, we shall do the roads.
Following the Speaker's guidance, Katumba Wamala reported to the House that his counterpart in the Tourism Ministry had waived access fees through the Murchison Falls National Park to enable movement of travelers, goods and services as government finds a permanent solution to fix the bridge. As the House concluded its plenary sittings for the week on Thursday, 18th November 2022, MPs unanimously approved a $140 million loan to finance the Uganda Digital Acceleration Project and ring-fenced it to the implementing agency, National Information Technology Authority Uganda, NITAU. In a rare show of unanimity and typical of loan requests, the opposition's only rider has been having the money strictly supplied to NITAU in an apparent bid to protect it from being generally applied to budget support, which spread it across all votes. Speaking in support of the loan, Honorable John Bosco Ikojo, the Vice Chairperson of the Committee on National Economy, said if implemented, the project will go a long way in improving connectivity in the country.
The project is in line with the National Development Plan 3, which recognizes the promotion of science, technology, engineering, and innovation, as well as ICT as one of the core objectives. Specifically, Right Honorable, the Digital Transformation Program under the National Development Plan 3 identifies ICT as a fulcrum for the development and has a huge potential to improve our national productivity. The project will contribute to the achievements of the National Development Plan 3, specifically by increasing the ICT infrastructure coverage, improve on the efficiency and transparency of government, and the project is in line with our Vision 2040.
I pray to move under Rule 59, Right Honorable Speaker, that this Parliament passes a resolution to compel government to ensure that NITAU remains the implementing authority or agency for the entire duration of this loan, as per the financing agreement. I beg to submit.
I have witnessed the implementation of what NITAU has done in the country, and they have been one of the government agencies which have been very effective. Madam Speaker, to see that there are 2 layers added on this loan, this is the beginning of the failure of implementation of this loan, given the government red tape and bureaucracy that happens when it comes to making decisions in how to effectively utilize the monies. So, Madam Speaker, I am of the view that we second the motion And we as Parliament who have witnessed the mismanagement of loans from other government ministries, I'm of the view we move the motion. I second the motion that we delete the 2 bureaucratic steps before this loan is utilized. Let it go direct to NITAU, which has its management structure. It has the board, all what it takes to get this loan effectively managed.
Those in favor say and the contrary nay.
Speaker Anita Among gave the executive up to Tuesday, 22nd November 2022, to present action taken reports to the House. Rule 220 of the Rules of Procedure states that a minister shall submit to Parliament an action taken report detailing what actions have been taken by the relevant ministry following the resolutions and recommendations of Parliament. However, the Prime Minister, Robin Anabanja, requested for 2 weeks, saying that the reports were still being consolidated.
Since the beginning of 11th Parliament, we have received a lot of many motions, petitions, reports, and we've never received any action taken on the resolutions, on recommendations that have been made by this House. And that's why today we gazetted this afternoon for us to have or receive the reports from the different ministries in regards to the reports, resolutions, the recommendations, and now we want the actions taken. And I therefore ask the leader of government business to lead us through that we give you a concrete report of what we have taken or of what actions we have taken. Madam Speaker, I beg that you give us time. We shall bring these reports. And we need the action reports on Tuesday. We will have action reports ministry by ministry. I am at the House waiting for action reports.